Celtics because there's no other reason why. The Celtics are the balls.
NBA first round. What is going on in Detroit? Detroit fans have to be a little shaken in their boots. Orlando up 1-0 in the series. The other upset, if you want to call it, the Lakers beat the Rockets in game 1 without Kevin Durant. And everybody's going to point to that. It came out recently that he got injured at practice diving for a loose ball. KD, you're too old to be diving for loose balls, man. What are you doing? So we got another LeBron KD series when Durant finally comes back. But Logan, what's happening so far in the playoffs? It's only been a week, but so much has already happened.
Yeah. I mean, as you said, every home team won except for the Pistons, which was pretty wild. The Magic just strung together a good game and they held Duran to what was it, like 8 points. And they just played some good team ball. Like Bencaro had pretty much an efficient 23 points. You got 17 points out of Carter and 5 assists. Suggs had 16, Bain 17, Wagner 19. Wagner played 32 minutes, which is good to see since he's coming back from injury. They're kind of managing him toward the end of the season. But yeah, an efficient 19 points out of Wagner. And then they got Black back. De Silva, two huge buckets in that fourth quarter. He had a really strong drive on Duncan Robinson and should have been and one. And then he hit a big corner three from a good pass by Carter. I mentioned Carter's 5 assists. Carter's gonna need to play this way if they're gonna, have a good chance to win in this series because I think, Banchero's gonna get his. Some nights he'll be a little efficient, maybe Bill turnover prone, but if Bain and Wagner and Suggs are all gonna be healthy, along with Black as well, I feel like the Magic have a decent shot at making this, a pretty competitive series. I don't think this is just going to be a one-off game for them. I'd be surprised if they ended up losing in five, just lose the next 4 games. I don't really see that happening. And yeah, on the Pistons end, Cade gets 39 points, and then Tobias Harris is your next leading scorer, and he had 17, but super inefficient. He shot 5 for 15. And then no one else on the Pistons broke double figures. They went 11 guys deep, which I like in the start of a playoff series. You're like, let's do all 11. Let's, see what players are meshing. But it kind of just looked like they were looking for answers. Like, if you're searching for answers in a game one, I don't know. Uh, but it's cool to see. I can't wait to see that game two. It's probably the most interesting series to me already. I do kind of hope that the Cavs in the Raptors series can go a bit deeper, along with Hawks, Knicks. But I think it's safe to say that Boston and Philadelphia has already been wrapped up. And then it's on the West side too. It's safe to say that the Spurs aren't going to go past 5 games at least. I think that'll be a sweep along with the Thunder. But yeah, it was a good weekend. Even though there were some blowout games, it's still fun to see the playoffs start.
Yeah, the Magic, it's been quite the last couple weeks. Allegedly, their coach is going to be fired no matter what happens in the playoffs, and they're already up 1-0 on the number one seed. But before that, they get absolutely demolished. They didn't look like a playoff team at all against the Sixers in the play-in game. They get absolutely blown out, and then 2 days later, they blow the doors off of the Hornets. Like it felt bigger than a 31 point victory in that game. And I was really rooting for the Hornets. They've been a super fun team to watch all season, as we've talked about. But then to come into Detroit's place, who a super young team, they had a really successful season. And where was the help for Cade? I mean, he was doing everything on the court, and the Magic, you could see it. They came out with the energy, and they're flying all around, and they've been the team that really was hit the most. I feel like with the injury bug, Suggs could never really stay healthy. But they're a fun squad to watch, and there's a theory out there that lost on purpose against the Sixers and kind of tanked that game so that they wouldn't have to play the Celtics. And I, I don't really see where you can dispute that because I mean the Celtics. What can I say? The biggest opening victory in franchise history, 32 point victory. Tatum looks fully back, and I almost had to do an emergency pod after the Spurs game because the things Wemby are doing are just ridiculous. Like, do you see his dunk? Almost dunk from his head was like behind the backboard. That was insane. And then Devin Vassell had basically a whole stretch in the third quarter. Half the third quarter was his. Multiple blocks, multiple three pointers. He just looks like a different athlete. And that's not even to mention that De'Aaron Fox is, it's crazy to think he's like the vet and the leader, but he did his best in Sacramento and now he's getting rewarded as, Wemby's number two man. And Derek Harper, if you're the if you're the Spurs, you take Derek Harper over Con Knipple again, right?
Um, no,
You
I
would
don't
take
know.
Con in a redraft?
Uh, I either or, just because I don't know. I think they'd rather have Khan.
Hmm. He
I
would be
mean,
really fun next to
they
Wemby.
just they just won 60 plus games, so it's hard to say they should have taken Khan over someone else because it's worked out so well. I don't know. It's just, I mean, Harper's gonna be great. I'm not saying that he's not. I just think like the season Khan had, it would have probably complemented better with the roster this year. I think that's probably the point I'm trying to make. Um, but I mean, long term, I'd still say it's fine as it is because Harper has so much potential and there's just so many guys in front of him. Yet he still plays 23 minutes in a playoff game. Like he's already trusted so well. He was a plus 18, the most on the team. So yeah, sure. I mean, Harper, Knipple, I don't think they could have gone wrong with either, obviously. But I was gonna ask you something. Yeah, do you what do you make of the Rockets and Lakers series with Kevin Durant being out just randomly on Saturday? No one really knew about it till that day, and right now he's questionable for game two. I'm like kind of worried that he's not going to be ready for game two. And if the Rockets are going to be without Kevin Durant, this was the game to win. They
Hmm.
took they took 27 more shots, and the Lakers still made five more shots than they did. They shot 38% on 93 shots and 17 for 25 from free throw. The Lakers were bad from free throw as well, but you have to ask like how does a team lose a game whenever they have that many more shot attempts and they made one more three than they did and it's because they got all these offensive rebounds. They beat the Lakers in offensive rebounds by 18 and I thought the same was for yeah, they had less turnovers than the Lakers too, but they just couldn't make anything. Amin Thompson 7 for 18, Jabari Smith 5 for 14, Şengün 6 for 19, Shepherd 6 for 20. And those are the fourth most guys in minutes played that game, and they just shot tour dates. So what do you make of this series? Do you think Durant is like seriously hurt and he's not going to come back? And if he does come back, they're probably rushing him back, and he's not going to be 100%. Like as a Rockets fan, I'm like kind of concerned, and more so as a Thunder fan it makes me a little more concerned that Lakers will get to round two and Luca and Reeves could be back.
I think this is the basketball gods mixing just narratives. I think they're wanting LeBron at age 41 to reenact what he did in 2018 and lead this Lakers squad, much like that Cavs squad, who, looking at that team, it was not going to beat the Warriors like ever. But we know what happened in game one, the JR play and all that. But I mean, it's LeBron, KD, and KD, of course, we saw that team kind of they've fallen apart since the All-Star break. You know, the burner, him allegedly talking bad about his teammates, and that could kind of rough up the feathers a little bit on the team and the team chemistry. And Ime Udoka, have you just seen clips on Twitter of him? He'll just be like, "Just do it, bitch!" Like that's his like motivation, and he's like, "You guys are acting like a bunch of bitches." Like he doesn't really connect in the same way like his successor, Joe Mazzulla, who was a maniac, but I literally a couple days ago, I mean, maybe I'm super deep into the fandom, but I was literally watching highlights of Joe Mazzulla, and he's a dog. Like, there's literally a play or a YouTube video of his best moments from the season, and he's just an absolute maniac, youngest coach in the league, so you can see that energy. But to answer your question, I think it's over. I mean, maybe I'm overreacting, but I think the script is already written. Kevin Durant, you know, the kind of the poison on the team, allegedly. He couldn't get it together, and LeBron saves the day just in time for a Luka SGA round two, where the Lakers then go on to beat a Thunder team that is amazing, but the script it's writing itself, Logan. Am I crazy?
You're not crazy. It
Luka's done it before.
seems like the arrows are pointing that way. I mean, dude, Kennard 27 points, Aiton 19, Smart 15 and 8 assists. Like, well,
Smart's
come
back.
on. What are we doing? Like, if I don't mind if LeBron's having a good game. He's the GOAT. I don't expect you to like stop him. And he had 19 points and 13 assists. But come on, like the Lakers bench only took 6 shots.
Yeah,
And Victor Wembanyama just won Defensive Player of the Year. Just a notification I got. So
that
that's
surprised no
cool.
one.
Yeah. First of many. Yeah, I'm gonna move off that Rocket series.
It's too
It's
painful. I
frustrating.
understand.
I'll tell you what I did earlier today. I watched Zachary Risachet highlights to make myself feel better about the situation, to remember what he was and still has. Um, so yeah, that Hawks Knicks game, it's just going to be a lot of McCollum, Johnson, and Alexander Walker. Like I don't know. I I like as a somewhat of a Hawks fan, I'm just trying to figure out how they can string together some games. They obviously have the talent, but the
It's gonna
Knicks
be tough.
roster is just so good, you know. Um, what do you think about that series?
I mean, Brunson is just unbelievable. And I know, 28 points on 22 shots. It's not, it's not the most efficient, but I don't really know. In my eyes, I feel like Jalen Brunson in some way is kind of like our generation's Allen Iverson in the way that he can just score so effortlessly at his size. Because he's almost always one of the smaller ones on the court, but he uses that size and he has like some underrated strength. And I mean, another reason to hate on Dallas. I mean, getting rid of Luca and Jalen Brunson, they had both of them. And now we've seen them blossom in different situations. But Brunson is just unbelievable. I'm not a huge Cat fan. Just the complaining and the antics and the stupid fouls. I'm a huge I don't know how to say it. Like, I hate when people do stupid fouls, is what I'm trying to say. Like, especially when you're the big man on the squad and they need that size, because Mitchell Robinson isn't going to cut it. You need Cat in the game. Um, I don't know. I mean, they're just always consistent, and I think the Hawks are just too young. Like, I love what they're doing without Trae Young, post Trae Young, but I think they're just too young, and when CJ McConnell's your best player, and then on the other side of the court you have Brunson, I think they're not really in the same. level in terms of just carrying a team. I mean, McConnell or yeah, McCollum. He was killing it, but at the same time, I just think it's not Jalen Johnson's time yet. It's not Alexander Walker. We'll have to see what he does next season in a full season, kind of as that player that could win Most Improved Player. Honestly, either him or you think it's gonna be him, right? Going from 9 points to 21 almost.
Um, who are the others? It's Jalen Duren and Advita.
Yeah,
Um, it's kind of hard to discern sometimes because these guys are just getting more usage. That was like the Maxi kind of argument against him whenever he won. It's like he was always good and he was always kind of efficient and could do what he does. It's just he got more opportunity to do it. That being said, I still think all three players actually like improved in ways, along with just more usage. I would like to see I'd like to see Alexander Walker win it.
I've
It's
had a little bit
just
of stock. I've been keeping
yeah,
it over the
he
years.
no one like we all knew it was going to be bad for Minnesota that he was leaving. And it was like, oh, another guard that Atlanta can have defend around Trey at the time. And Trey got hurt pretty quick, and Nas just like, yeah, you need a lead guard, facilitator, and scorer. No problem. And yeah, he averaged 21 points, 3 rebounds, 4 assists. I mean, hell of a season. Looking at
What did
Jalen
you see
Johnson,
from
dude, he,
Nuggets T Wolves?
huh?
What did you see from Nuggets T Wolves? Because it looked to me like Denver's ready to make a run, a real run at the finals. Because I thought Ant was ready to keep it competitive, but as of right now, I could still see it going. I could see it going seven, but I mean Jokic is just on a different level, and Murray, I know he didn't hit a three, but he can turn it on and absolutely carry them. He's had various clutch shots, and I just trust the starting five of the Nuggets more than I trust Gobert, that boneheaded mistake that he did trying to do a behind the back pass leading to a turnover when you had a chance to basically tie the game. It's just, I mean, Gobert has been one of my least favorite players since the 2020s.
I like Gobert.
Really?
Uh,
Oh.
I don't love him, but I like him. Uh, I just appreciate that kind of guy. It just for the rest of the series, it seems like Anthony Edwards isn't 100%, but I think you could also say the same by about a lot of players in the playoffs. Now with him, he had, I think they called it runner's knee, which is kind of what Steph had, and that kept him out for like 25 games. So I'm sure Edwards is actually going through something significant that is kind of affecting him. But he's still going to play. He played 38 minutes, which was the most, took the most shots with 19, only hit 7 of them, but I'd agree that it'll still be somewhat of a competitive series. Even though Randall didn't shoot it great, he was still somewhat effective out there. Dasumu showing that he was an amazing fit, amazing deal for him. I was surprised that the Wolves at one point, well, they went 10 man deep, but at one point they had all bench guys on the floor. And it was in the second quarter, so it wasn't like anyone was in like foul trouble or there was an injury. They had all of Conley, Bones Highland, Dasumu, Anderson, and Reed out there. And like in the regular season, the Wolves weren't really going past 8 men deep at some points. So I was a little surprised by that.
Hmm.
Um, but I mean, back to your point of saying that Denver's probably gearing up to make a run. I'm here for it. On the last episode, they were my pick to win it all. Just need Aaron Gordon to hold up. But besides that, I love the roster so much. One of my probably favorite roster in the league, just as far as how everything fits together, maybe besides the Thunder.
If the
Um,
line was set at over under 3.5 for number of series to go to a game seven in the first round, you taking the over or the under?
So all of the first round series right now to a game seven over under 3.5.
Yeah,
Um, I'd probably take the under.
I'm hammering the under, yeah. I think this could
Hmm.
be, although a lot of people did think it was mostly going to be chalk, I think if I had to pick, I would probably pick three series to go seven, and that would be Magic, Pistons, probably Nuggets and T-Wolves, or no, scratch that. Hawks, Knicks, Rockets, Lakers, and Magic, Pistons. I think LeBron is going to keep it interesting. But knowing the NBA and being scripted, when it goes back to Houston, Amen Thompson's gonna have like 40 points and go off. S- Şengün's one of my favorite players to watch. He's just so goofy on the court. I'll
Yeah,
have to
he was
show you
getting memed
that.
this morning.
Oh my God, he's so goofy on the court. He just the way he runs, it's like one of the best runs in the NBA. I love it. But to look ahead a little bit, Cavs Raptors tonight. We're recording this on 420, right before the game start. Hawks, Knicks, and Timberwolves, Nuggets. Who needs it the most in these game twos? If a team is gonna tie it up going back to their place, who needs it the most of the three games tonight?
I like that. I don't know if the Wolves need it the most. I think they easily could lose this game, but then come back to Minnesota and win the two. Hawks, I'm not as worried about, um, because I think the Knicks are probably going to win this game, but I think the Hawks will get game three probably, and then we'll see about game four. I'd say I think the Raptors need it most. Um, Even if they lose by a little bit and it was a good game, then that's still kind of like a mental victory. I would see it that way. As long as they don't get blown out again, then it's probably like, all right, let's see what they can do at home because it's looking a little concerning if they get blown out in game two. So I think the Raptors need to have a close game, at least for me not to be really concerned. Um, and yeah, that's kind of where I stand with all the series. I probably expect Knicks and Nuggets both to win tonight. I was going to ask you about Cavs Raps, if you had any thoughts on that first game between them.
I wasn't able to watch, but I'll watch tonight, and I feel like the Cavs just have to figure out some things because Donovan Mitchell, he did his thing in game one, as he should. And they do have Harden, who gives them that extra edge. It'll affect them a little bit on defense, but I just really like the Cavs in that series, and I do think it'll probably just go 5 games. I don't really see the Raptors pushing it. Maybe I need to lock in more tonight and see the matchups, but I think that the Hawks, it would be it would be the best scenario if they were to win tonight, in my opinion. Just based off the fact that I hate seeing Knicks fans going insane after every single game. It's cool. The Knicks are back. They're back in the playoffs every year, which is like cool because we didn't really. We didn't hate we didn't love, we didn't hate seeing them in the dumps, but like it's always good when New York's good. So I don't know. It'll be interesting tonight. Tuesday's games, on the other hand, I think it has to be Rockets Lakers I'm most excited for. Obviously the Spurs, they're must watch with Wemby and all the athletic guards he has around him, but if LeBron can keep this train going and the Thunder are getting a little too comfortable, that matchup could be interesting. The talk shows are going to be talking about LeBron versus the Thunder, and hopefully Luca and Austin Reeves shoot up some more drugs in Spain and come back. But this is it. Like this is LeBron's probably his last ride. Like ready to push it full force. He still can be the number one option at times because I mean the man's 41. He can play as long as he wants, but this is like reaching the last couple years of him being that, he can get a triple double if he wants, like that kind of player.
Yeah, it's definitely like the most fun series to watch just for that aspect. It's LeBron's last go of it. In the playoffs as a one option. It's just cool to see out of a 41-year-old. Um, Brandon Ingram's got to take more than 9 shots. I know he
Mm.
had 10 free throw attempts, but even he was saying he needs to take more shots, especially in that second half. Um, it's cool to see Murray Boyles. He had 14 points and 4 assists. I'm a big fan of Murray Boyles. They might just starting him over Pirtle at the center position. Um, I don't know if did you listen to Simmons and dude, he was shitting on Pirtle badly.
And he was
Um,
shitting on San Antonio, all the t-shirts in the stands. You saw that?
yeah, I didn't really make much of it in the moment, and then I go to Twitter and all like the accounts are posting about it. So I was just like, oh, whatever. But
I think it's cool. I mean, it looked sick.
yeah,
Like
I think it's cool too.
I
I
think it's
even
sick.
just like but people making like a big story out of it. I was like, come on, guys. We don't need it.
What series are you most looking forward to? And why is it? I mean, for you, is it Raptors Cleveland?
That was like the on paper most interesting one to me. That's why, like I said, I hope the Raptors have at least have a competitive game tonight. Um, but I mean, with storyline wise, it's obviously Rockets Lakers, like the most intriguing one. Um, because we already have a few series that are already a wash. That's the Boston series, OKC, and then San Antonio. Like those are already washes. Orlando and Detroit is pretty interesting now. Um, I'd say I'm almost more interested in that series than Raptors Cavs going forward.
If you're a script writer and you're writing the playoff script for this year, you want Thunder Lakers and you want Nuggets Spurs straight up. After that, you could throw a wrench in that fucking script because we got Magic upsetting the Pistons, which spoiler alert is gonna happen. And then we have the Cavs who are going to dominate. But then we're going to see the Cavs get upset by the Magic, and the Magic are in the Eastern Conference Finals with the coach who is going to get fired
Against
no
against
matter
the Knicks,
what.
the
Mosley
Magic
is going
Knicks.
to take them to the Eastern Conference Finals. And then we got the Knicks Celtics JT revenge game where they get him in game seven in the Garden would be insane. But if they get him in game six in New York, so they're going to win in six, and then it'll be Celtics Magic. Could happen. Just like in 2009, which I think was I think that was that year, and then the Magic went on to play the Lakers. I think that was that year. Maybe I'm tripping. Maybe it was the Cavs. It was Cavs. I don't know. But anyways, Magic Spurs or Magic Celtics would be huge because our G League team beat them. So I mean, it could be fun. And then what I heard this at work. What would actually happen if LeBron goes on a run and just wins it all?
I
Is
haven't thought
like
about
he's
it. I
like the
don't really think.
certified GOAT?
Uh, I mean, he's my GOAT. I think he already is. But if he does this title, I don't. I mean, people are just gonna say the same shit. Where it's like, well, Jordan had 6 rings. He went 6-0. It's
If
like,
he
come on,
wins this year,
dude.
he's the GOAT. Undisputed.
Yeah. I mean, no, dude, he better be. But people are still. Anyone that's from Chicago or older than 40 is gonna be like,
Yeah.
oh, but Jordan went 6-0. You can't beat that. It's like, what are we talking about? That's a legacy thing. Like, and a
LeBron's
team
played
thing.
23 years in the league. And Jordan was out in what, like 13? I think he only played
Something like
13
that.
years.
Yeah, something like that.
But yeah, he went 6-0, but LeBron's
That's also a team thing. He just had good teams around him. I'm not saying he
I
wasn't
think
good.
LeBron
Obviously, he was a
going to the
skilled player.
finals is more commendable. Like how many times he went. Because he
Yeah.
dragged teams. Like they weren't winning in 2007 against the Spurs.
Hmm.
They weren't winning in 14 because, the Spurs were coming back for revenge. And he was not going to beat those Golden State teams. Yeah, he has that Dallas series that's a real blemish. But I think his longevity and the fact that he never really sustained an injury. I think he's the GOAT for everybody in our generation. Like 30 years and under, like he's the GOAT. Because we didn't
Yeah,
see.
if we even look at it just from like best player, like archetype and skills, like how can you beat that? I mean, Wimby is something we've never seen, but before that, LeBron 6'8", 250, quick. He can dribble and he can pass and he's an amazing defender and he can score from anywhere on the court. It's like we never seen a player like that who put it all together.
For
So
23
like
years.
yeah, yeah, and that too. It's like people will be like Jordan has the best legacy, but like LeBron's actually like the best like single like skilled player and archetype we've ever seen.
Archetype, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking about that, but I just don't know. Every year I get my hopes up that LeBron's gonna make another run and it just doesn't happen. This year
Yeah.
it could be something special. I mean, JJ Redick, I miss his podcast, but Steve Nash is doing well with LeBron. So shout out to the Mind the Game podcast. We're almost at 1K. I'm
Yeah.
excited. So we got to run up the numbers. We could do a little segment to end the show. So of the 8 series left, I want you to give
Yeah.
me the top 5 players you're looking forward to. Like they're must watch of the guys in the playoffs. We can do it together. I think one has to be Wemby, right? Like you have to
So
watch when they're
are
playing.
we ranking just players in the playoffs
Yeah.
based on just like a normal ranking or
We can
what
do
like
it
we want to
like
watch?
most like the players we love to watch in the playoffs, like top 5, top 10.
Okay.
Because I think Wemby has to be up there.
Yeah, first
He has to be number one.
playoffs.
Like I definitely have to tune into every single Spurs game. I think
Hmm.
that also hurts. I mean, I love to watch Donovan Mitchell, but I just don't like watching the Cavs. Call me crazy, but
That's fair.
I'm not a fan of it. So I
That's
love watching him, but they're not really a must watch. The Spurs are really fun. I'm not gonna lie. I hate the Spurs, but they're a lot of fun to watch.
yeah, they are. Um, I agree with you on the Cavs thing. I guess I'm most interested in watching just like I'll list all of the Raptor players because I still like Ingram, Barrett, and Barnes, just like that trio of forwards. Sucks that quickly is hurt, but it is what it is. And it's like I'm used to the Nuggets, but I guess I'm still excited just seeing because their roster is so well built finally around Jokic. Timberwolves, it's like I already know what I'm getting. Like the Ant thing, it's I'm just used to it. I'd say the Hawks, like with Jalen Johnson and like this version of Nikhil Alexander Walker, is fun to watch.
I kind of
Wish
like
they played
watching the
recent.
Magic just to see how jacked Desmond Bane is.
Yeah, that's yeah. Not I'd say Paolo Banchero is up there because
How
he gets
bad he
shit
is?
on. No, I'd say that he gets shit on so much, and I just want to see him do good.
No, I mean it's funny that even Bill Simmons mentioned it, that TikTok that a guy made of the top 5.
Yeah, I was like, why did he mention that?
Oh, I mean, Paolo is like I think he tries to be so much like Jason Tatum, but he's just not that good of a shooter. Because he's shooting like all these threes, and when he gets to the line, he's just not making it. Like when I was watching him at Duke, I was like, oh, like rooting for him because I mean, shout out to Duke and all that, but it's just funny to see he's kind of like the forgotten middle child between Jason Tatum and Cooper Flag of the Duke superstars. And I think everybody kind of just forgot about him because Cooper Flag's doing all this at 19. And Banchero, he's a good player, but I just think I don't know. I mean, if the Magic were to make the finals, I mean, finals MVP, I could see it going to anybody on that team. I could see it going to Jalen Suggs if he absolutely locks people down and hits a couple threes, but I could also see Desmond Bane. And let's not forget, I mean, Wagner can he can light it up. We've seen him have stretches of being, one of the best players in the East. I don't know. I mean, who if the Celtics were to win the finals, that's also kind of interesting as well. Like if Jaylen Brown gets another one, I mean, I don't know, that's crazy, but I feel like this is it. This is shaping up to be Celtics in the finals, either against the Thunder or the Spurs. I can honestly see the Spurs go all the way. And they have the Thunder's number with the regular season, but the Thunder have the experience. So who would you take in that matchup?
Between Thunder Celtics,
Or Thunder Spurs?
or do you mean Celtics Spurs? Or what do you
Or if it's
which
like if
matchup?
it's Thunder Spurs, who would you take to play the Celtics?
Hmm.
Because I,
That
I could see the
4-1
Spurs
that
making.
4 that 4-1 regular season record is hard to ignore with the Spurs winning that many.
They haven't had
Um,
playoff chops that all the Thunder got last year. So can they
I
do
will
it?
I will pick the Thunder over the Spurs.
Hmm. What do you most want to see this next week? Where are we going to be at next week? The next time we record, where are we at in all the series?
What I would hope is that your over under 3.5 game sevens hits the over. Just be fun to see some game sevens. I'd like to see the Magic upset the Pistons. Just a cool 8 versus 1 upset storyline, especially with the turmoil the Magic have been dealing with. Um, Hopefully the Rockets don't lose, or else the storylines and the rumors are just going to be out the ass crazy. I don't want to see it. Um, I'd say I hope the Hawks win just because I like them and I like seeing the Knicks lose playoff games at home. Sorry about it. Um, it's probably not going to happen, but I'd like to see the Raptors make it at least a competitive series. Wolves, Nuggets, whatever. I mean, I hope the Nuggets win just because I picked them to win the finals. And then, I mean, nothing really much with the Thunder. They're going to sweep, no doubt. Celtics sweep, no doubt. Maybe it'd be cool if we got a Blazers Spurs game six. I tip my cap to the Blazers. They won 2 games in this series.
Yeah, it would be fun. I mean, Portland's such a great basketball city, and I'm glad that they were able to squeeze in the playoffs this year. It's just going to be so fascinating. I think Hawks can make it real interesting with a win tonight. I think it's going to happen. Calling it right now. Hawks are going to come in. Jalen Johnson's going to have a huge game, and Knicks fans are going to be crying after. And we'll be talking about it all on Twitter tonight.
And how many minutes will Zachary Shea play?
DMP.
Oh, oh, I hate it, dude. It's so bad. Where did it go wrong?
We have to do a redraft. We'll have to kick him back up for that draft.
That would be a good redraft. That'd be a good redraft.
We can start running them. I mean, that could
Yeah, what do
obviously
we
be a huge
do?
summer series, but
We do 2022 last or 2021?
I think we did 2020 and 2021.
Yeah.
2022, oh yeah, we might have to start cooking it up.
Yeah.
We're at 993. We should cook one up maybe next week.
Yeah. Yeah, we should.
Get that 1K. All right, JT, Finals MVP, future, and shout out to brother Josh Giddey.
Yep. Yep. Gone, but not forgotten.